Hey, what's up everybody? Very tattooed goth lad coming at you live. No, I'm not. But I'm coming at you hard. Bricked up, actually. To offer my opinions on some tattoo reels on Instagram. So let's get stuck into it, shall we?
Nah, mate.
She's not gonna do this. Oh my god, she's actually doing it.
No, I'm sure you're not needed. Show you the door, but what's that? Yeah, are you sure? Yeah, that's a rental, yeah, but a bore. Like,
oh, those lines. Oh, those lines, though. Nope, that's gotta be fake. That's gotta be 100% fake, otherwise we would have seen it. There has to be fake. Did you post a second part to it? You did not. You did not. That was bait. We just got baited. It's not real. Ah, what a master baiter. This had 203,000 shares. Yeah, that wasn't real. Gotta keep your wits about you. Okay? You have to stay frosty, stay sharp. Oh, second skin. I do not have the mobility for that. That's a pretty well done tattoo, I gotta say. It's a lot of negative. It's a lot of negative work, but I mean, it's the easiest way if you want to get your back covered, man. You know, sort of opt for a tattoo that has a lot of negative space and no highlights, no colors, no shadows or shading. It's just black work and negative work. That's it. But second skin, though, man. Second skin. I only recently had experience with second skin. What I used to do was just the whole cling film. I don't know what you Americans call it. I believe you call it something else. What you guys call it? I think you guys call it saran wrap because of the brand name Saran. We just call it cling film here. Clear, whatever. The shrink wrap, maybe. I know if I say cling film, there's gonna be Americans in chat being like, cling film? I don't know what that is. But yeah, I used to do the whole like masking tape cling film. That was kind of enough, and then you kind of like just take it off after the first day, maybe even the first few hours. But there's been like this recent rise in second skin, and I've never gotten to use it until relatively recently, actually for this tattoo here, which is not finished. And it's actually great for a while. And then after a couple of days when it's time to take it off, I miss the cling film. I really do. The saran wrap. Because removing that shit from a very intense color tattoo on the inside of my arm was so bad. So bad. And I'm not gonna do that again. I'm just gonna go with the cling film that you remove promptly once you come home. Okay, I'm not doing second skin again. That sucked. Second skin sucked ass. I'm sure it's great for some, especially for small tattoos, but I'm not doing that again. It's pretty solid work. I mean, the design's good, but I think especially the way she's working with lines here. Her use of lines, and also how solid the color work is, also adds to the style. It's a very good style. It's very nice. I like tattoo artists that have like a unique style, man. It's what defines you as like a really good artist, a great artist, an artist that everyone wants to get tattooed by. But yeah, a lot of people do have problems like trying to choose between realism or neo-trad or whatever. That's why I got pretty much every kind. I've got some neo-trad on me, realism stuff on here as well, like the Silent Hill nurses. I've also got some like black and gray work as well, which was relatively close to realism, like the chest tattoo I have. But then I've got like the sort of neo-trad stuff that's like on the side of my head and on my stomach. Yeah, I guess for the most part I do have like majority realism to a degree. I like realism. I don't like, you know, the sort of trad look a lot. In fact, at all, actually. Leave a comment. What tattoos do you guys have? I mean, yeah, okay, it's good, right? It's good. What you need to remember with stuff like this, not every artist is gonna tell you that the tattoo you want is not going to last, right? Some of them will just take the money and just be like, there you go, idiot. Some of them do. In fact, a lot of them do. I'd say almost all good tattoo artists will be like, this is not possible, because a good tattoo artist is not going to want their art to reflect badly on them and then lose clientele. Tattoos age, okay? They lose clarity, they lose color, they lose definition, they lose contrast. So what you're essentially doing is not only picking a tattoo that's going to initially look good, but it's also going to age good as well in terms of the design and the colors and the line work and all that kind of stuff. A tattoo like that, when it's crispy, clean, solid work and none of the lines have bled and none of the lines have blown out, like, and it's like just super crispy, clean, it's going to look great. It really is. But whenever you start muddling all these, putting these really small lines and tiny details, especially in black, all together in such a small area, after a couple of years, that shit just kind of bleeds into each other and it loses pretty much all definition. All of the tiny details, like the windows and the stones and leaves on the trees, all goes. For the most part, it either fades or more commonly, it just sort of bleeds into each other. And yes, it might look great for Instagram. It looks really brilliant for Instagram Reels. And everyone's like, I want that. You don't really see that. I want it. It's like, yeah, people usually don't do tattoos like this because they don't last. A big mass of black with lots of intricate small details in it will just become a big mass blob after a while. It'll not look the way that you initially thought it was going to, or the way it initially did when you first got it done. You have to be careful out there, okay? Get an opinion from a bunch of different artists. I don't know why I'm saying this. I've seen so many people be completely fine with getting dog shit tattoos, okay? There's like the amount of people have just been like, Lord, look at this tattoo I got here. And I'm like, yeah, that's horrendous. Why did you let this person touch you with a needle? Seriously, this is really, really bad. But of course you can't say that because there's nothing they can do about it. And if they can't see that it's terrible, then one of two things. What are you talking about? That's amazing. Or, oh yeah, that is bad. I never noticed. Now I want it off my skin more than anything in the whole world. So it's not constructive, right? But yeah, a lot of people do have like a really low standard for artwork. There are some great artists out there. You don't have to settle for scribbly lines and patchy color work. Like you can get decent stuff out there. But yes, get several opinions. Is this tattoo possible? Is this tattoo possible? Is this possible? A lot of artists will just be like, I'll take your money. Sure. It'll look great for like the first year, maybe 3 years. After that, who knows?
I don't know why you think that's traditional artist's worst nightmare. It's just an ignorant ass tattoo. And yes, that style is literally ignorant style tattoos. Thick as no structure. Looks good. I like it. I think it's dope. I'd get some shit like that, but I would also get traditional. I don't know how you think they contradict each other. Maybe I'm missing a piece of the puzzle. That shit's gotta hurt though. That's pure just color packing, black packing. Like that shit does not look fun whatsoever.
No, it doesn't. This is another reason why people are getting a lot of really shit, scratchy line work tattoos, because color packing, as this guy's calling it here. But yeah, I guess that's what Kat calls it too. Just like packing in the color to get it even, to get it solid, to get that contrast, to get that definition. It's extremely painful, and most difficulties with healing, or the things that cause the most pain and lengthen the recovery process from getting a tattoo, are things like densely packed areas of ink.
Talk about pain. That is pain. Ignorant style tattoos and cyber sigillism are probably one of the two more prominent, like trendy tattoos that are going around right now. So if you're thinking about getting something, get something that really has meaning to yourself before it goes out of style. Because when it does, you're going to regret it.
See, now, this is another really good point. Don't get tattoos from trends. I can't even begin to think of, or even imagine the mentality of someone who wants to get a tattoo based on a trend. Trends are for music. Trends are for makeup. Trends are for fashion. Trends are not for things that you permanently scar into your skin, right? Because once the trend changes, you can change your makeup. You can change your clothes. You can change the music you listen to. The tattoos, however, will always be a stock anchor in that specific era or place in time or person you were. The idea of getting a tattoo should always be from the basis of timelessness. is this going to be cool to me forever? This is why I'm primarily covered in video game tattoos, because I thought these games were cool 20 years ago, 25 years ago, actually, in some of these cases, and I still think they're cool. And I'm like, okay, well, if I've thought these games are cool for 25 years and I'm now in my mid-30s, then I'm probably going to think they're cool forever. And I don't regret any of the tattoos I currently have. Even the one I got lasered off, I didn't actually regret that. I just lost the original design, and my artist could not make heads or tails of it, because it was like 13 years ago I got it done, and he couldn't figure out what it was, or how to even color it in, or how to reline it, or whatever, because it was just a mess. And the artist that originally did the Phoenix tattoo is not a good artist at all. I should have done my research before I went to that guy. Eventually got it lasered off, and my girlfriend put her own face on it, actually. That's her, as a zombie. So if you're wondering, number one, who did this awesome tattoo that's on my arm here, my girlfriend did. And if you're wondering who it is, it's her, as a zombie. Great reveal. I have Anima from Final Fantasy X. I have Dark Anima from Final Fantasy X on the inside here. Not finished. None of the highlights or any of the shadows or shading has been finished or even started. So I played Final Fantasy X on Christmas morning, I believe, or maybe January or something like that. Back in like 2000, whenever it came out. It was the year it came out. It was Christmas that year. I played it. And I had never, ever played a game like it before that, because I'm old as shit. And no Final Fantasy games had ever had voice acting in them before. And I had literally just finished Final Fantasy IX, and I was like, oh, can't wait to play Final Fantasy X, because those were the days where sequels were actually good. Like, new games that came out were actually good. You didn't have to go searching for indie games that were good, because all the mainstream games were slop. And I played Final Fantasy X, and I just remember being absolutely enthralled by the atmosphere, the story, the voice acting, the gameplay, the aesthetics in the game, the music especially, being composed yet again by Nobuo Uematsu, the guy that did Final Fantasy IX and pretty much every Final Fantasy game before that. If you're wondering why you have such a strong nostalgic connection to old Final Fantasy games, it's Nobuo. He's the reason why. His scores are the reason why every single emotional moment in all of these old Final Fantasy games hit as hard as they did. It's because of his scoring. There's a reason why people sort of fell out of love with Final Fantasy games the way they used to after he stopped composing for them after Final Fantasy X or 11. The music changed, and so did then the appeal it had to people. But I digress. I'm not talking about Final Fantasy. First tattoo. That's your first. This guy's European. There's no way he's an American. Probably a European artist as well, actually. Berlin-based. You see, Americans are going to get upset about this. Europe has not only the greatest artists in the world, but Europe also has the greatest art styles, okay? I love European art styles. Like Berlin, Spain, Italian artists are also very good. I love, do you know what, even Eastern and Scandinavian tattoos, like Eastern European and Scandinavian tattoo artists, their designs are also very f***ing good. It's not something you really find in America, and if you do find it in the US, it's usually because it's been inspired from a European artist. But Europe has a very high concentration of artists that develop a style like this, and also are responsible for a lot of unique styles developing, and also being very, very good at doing these styles. Don't get me wrong, man, there are some fantastic artists in America, like Yogi, for example, over in Georgia, one of the greatest realism tattoo artists I've ever seen. And the second I got the time and the funds, I'm flying out to Georgia to go get a tattoo from the lad. I can't wait for that day. Honestly, I'll vlog the whole thing. And he's a good dude. Solid dude. I can't wait to go out to Georgia. First chance I get. He's gonna make me cry for a couple of hours. Maybe a few days. Who knows? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the video. I had a good day today because I made it one, and I'll catch all of you next time. Bye-bye.